with the Leafs, I mean, I think this is kind of where you have to weather the storm, which brings us to the next point, which is after, I don't think they quit after the first goal, but by goal 4 against, I think that the Leafs were squarely out of the game.
Yeah, sorry, can I add one more point before?
Sure.
For anyone saying Petruzzelli, he has a 4-3-1 record in the AHL. That's okay. 879 save percent.
Preferable to bringing up Hildeby, though, right?
Like, you,
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a better save percentage than Sammy in the NHL. So.
So, listen, we've Jesse, you have the Drew and Stu Christmas Day parlay.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this?
So Drew and Stu, Cam and Drew, they've come up with a 250 to 1 parlay because it's the 25th, right?
Okay.
So if you put $20 on this, you will win $5,000. 25.
Wow.
And it's 250 to 1. The Drew and Stu Christmas Day parlay.
Let's hear it.
This is Travis Kelce and Isaiah Pacheco to both score a touchdown in the Raiders-Chiefs game on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants and Eagles game, DeAndre Swift and Darren Waller to each score a touchdown. And Christian McCaffrey and Isaiah Likely to both score a touchdown in the Ravens-49ers game. So you have 3 different same-game touchdown parlays combined together to get you 250 to 1 odds. So if you're willing to put $20 down on that, that'll pay you out 5,000 smackaroos and hopefully pay for the Christmas presents you bought that day.
It's weird that you get odds that are that high because it sounds like it's likely to happen.
Hey, Isaiah Likely.
Hey, and if you want to get into it, go to betmgm.com/dangle. And you can drop a $2 Steve on that or a $20 Steve because it's Christmas and you're treating yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, I'm scared.
Watch all the games with your family. Maybe win $5,000 because of Drew and Stu.
That'd be a good Christmas.
You know, the odds aren't likely, but you need that high payout to make your Christmas Day special.
Now, you also know that BetMGM, not only do they work with the NFL, but they work with the NHL. They just announced a multi-year partnership with the NHL from game-winning goals to spectacular saves. If you want to bet hockey, BetMGM gives you the chance to make those highlight reel plays and take them to a whole new level. BetMGM has something for every hockey fan and football fan and really anybody else fan. Now, you need to know this. The BetMGM is the official sports betting partner of the NHL in Canada. They're also the king of sportsbook. Go to betmgm.com for terms and conditions. Must be 19 years of age or older to wager. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario.
Well done.
He's perfect at 23, baby. You can't take it away. Let's talk about the team's reaction to Sammy. So you saw Tavares go, roll his eyes against Columbus. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that first goal in the first 3 minutes is painful. There were some good Sammy saves in there. I do want to say that.
That's the gig.
Yes, I know that's the gig, but there were. So he's capable. The skill is there. But by goal 4, goal 5, they're squarely out of this. And this is a team that we've seen come back from 5-0 in one period. So that was the surprise for me, was this team. I know this team can come back probably better than any NHL team currently.
Honestly.
And they didn't.
Yeah, maybe.
And they didn't. And like CJ, I think, put in the group chat last night, he's like, the Leafs could hang 6 in the next 2 periods on these guys. You just don't know.
Freach said it yesterday on the broadcast. He's like, do you think this game's over? No.
But it was. And the team sort of, like Austin Matthews called it, the most embarrassing game he's played as a Toronto Maple Leaf. What happened?
They quit.
Why did they quit?
Because I think whatever attitude they've developed this season, this fuck you, there's something about not having a chance. I think the Leafs they're improved in that they feel like they're in every game. Mm-hmm. They feel like they're in every game, and when they're in every game, they will fight tooth and nail, whether they are winning, whether they are losing, or whether it is tied. They can score. How can you not feel like you're in every game when you just erased a 5-0 deficit like a week ago?
Yep.
With Sammy and net, by the way. You know what I don't like is that that game is touted as a victory for Curtis Sanford, the goalie coach. They were down 5-0, and he's like, no, leave him in. And then the Leafs came back, and they lost, though. Sammy was in net for that. Anyway, sorry. He has a terrible record in overtime because overtime features a lot of wide open shots, and he cannot stop them right now. Where was I going with that? Oh, they're willing to fight in every game because they feel like they're a part of every game. They no longer feel like they're a part of a game that Ilya Samsonov is in. And I think that Columbus game solidified it. And then 3 minutes into this one, that Greenway shot has to be stopped. It's got to be stopped.
It felt like the Leafs told Samsonov, we did this for you last time. We erased all of those goals against Columbus last time. We're not doing it for you again.
Well, it's happened 3 times in the history of the league, or 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't rely on that every game. Like, we pulled off a miracle and you still let us down.
And now we're here in Buffalo in the exact same situation. No, screw you. We're taking the night off.
No, and like, you saw the fire. Like, when Domi scored, I think it was 2-1.
Yeah, he put them up 2-1.
Like, you saw it, and I mean, that's probably twofold. He's like, hey, I can score goals now. And also, here we go. Like, despite the fact that we allowed this shitty goal, here we are with a lead. Connor Timmins takes out Ilya Samsonov. You maybe give Samsonov a bit of a pass there, although maybe don't simply lie there like a toddler in a snowsuit.
Why in the corner? Like, where are you?
Dude,
where's your net?
There are so many goals where you look at the moment the puck crosses the line, and so little of him is touching the blue paint. Stay in your fucking net.
He's hanging
Holy
out.
shit.
He's hanging out at center ice, and it felt like the Leafs were like, "We're not giving you this. We're not giving you a pass every single time you're in net. We're not putting up 7 goals so you can win the game."
No, and as long as we're talking about guys who are probably going to get waived, Connor Timmins pretty soon.
He'll clear.
He'll
1.1 million. Yeah, he will.
He will clear, and that's not a compliment. Like, he's putting up points, and like Max Domi, there's another one. He scored a goal, and then he was still like -3 in the first 7 minutes he played.
I have to be honest though, difficult to be upset about that -3 with Ilya playing the way he played. I don't put that on Max.
There's something.
I don't put any of that on Max. Those goals were unacceptable, and they really were.
We're talking about the
that.
team performance here, and I don't fault anybody's performance. Like, I feel like it falls on the goaltender last night. You can blame one person for that.
And you're
loss.
a human, Jesse. To your point, you're a human being. Like, at a certain point, you're like we've all had, like, think about like a group project that you had in high school or university, right, or college, and you have 2 or 3 people that work really hard, and you have one asshole who's like, on the Sunday night before you're due to go live with this project, they're like, so is there anybody need me to do anything? Like, you know, and not that Ilya doesn't care, right? I'm not saying that, but like, you know, that feeling of, oh, fuck it, we got it. Like, just get away.
And how about this?
No, you're at your job every day, and like you're on the site, Adam. You're working with somebody, and every night before he leaves, he forgets to do something, and you cover his ass.
Yeah.
And then one day you said, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I'm not covering his ass tonight. I'm gonna leave that shit that he was supposed to put away. I'm gonna leave it out. And then the next morning, the boss is gonna come and be like, "Who left this out?" You're like, "He did it. And he does it every night." And you don't have to bring that up, but you're fed up, and you're gonna let him wear it. And occasionally, these people are humans because they're not just hockey players. They're actual human beings, and they're like, no, fuck that. He's going to wear it.
Speaking of the human element, so we're recording this on Friday, December 22nd. So it's the last work day before Christmas. How'd you do at work today? Was it your best, most productive day? I bet. Or yesterday, was it? Yeah? You didn't leave early, did you? No? There wasn't like some goofy party, like full of cookies and nothing getting fucking done? Like, this is the time of year where people check out.
Oh yeah.
Blowouts happen in the final couple games before Christmas. Mike Camito always does this day in Leaf history or whatever. It was like a couple days ago. It was the anniversary of, I think it was the first Next Generation game the Leafs played.
Oh, it was.
They
like an
murdered the Hurricane. It was like 8-1 or 8-2.
That was such a fun
I was there.
game.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, it
great
ruled.
game. Yeah.
That was the beginning of the legend of Mitch Marner, where he's like, it's afternoon games, and that means I average 5 points a game. And he just that's how he runs around the ice.
That wasn't the dipsy doodle spin around play.
No, that was
the next
another
generation. Yeah. That's one of my favorite Matthews Marner goals of all time.
It was December 23rd, 2019, and I remember the date and will forever remember the date because that was the day of our 12-week ultrasound for Leo, and it was the day we started telling all our friends and family we were pregnant.
You were pregnant.
It was a burden that I had to carry in my womb.
Oh, that's all. I'm sorry.
For 9 whole months. Just put that on the table there. No, and I remember my buddy brought his, Matt, what's up? I know you're watching. He brought his very young son over, and I had to, while they're coming back, like hold it in so I don't freak out this child. But like we just sort of looked at each other when they did the spinorama goal, which they were still losing when they scored that goal, by the way. It was that goal made it 6-5. And I just sort of turned to him and I went, they're not losing this fucking game. And that game had 14 goals. Like these games before Christmas, at the beginning of the season, there's no defense. Before Christmas, there's no defense. When you're literally resting everybody in the final couple games, there's no defense. There are times in the schedule where players just go, ugh. Back checking sounds lame, not doing it. And this is around that time of year.
Yeah, I think tomorrow will be interesting. I mean, just like the Sabres had a pretty good comeback after their nine goals against with Columbus, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs will put in some effort.
You can't lose Saturday. That is a must-win game for going into the Christmas break after what happened last night. That's a must-win game, and I think they get it done.
And two teams in absolutely miserable moods. Like I know Columbus just hung 9 on Buffalo, and but they just had that horrible emotional game against the Capitals, where I mean that's one of the I've never seen a team in unison scream at a goaltender after an OT winner. I've Radko Gudas did it. And he's one guy. I've never seen like that hang it in the Louvre picture. If I was a Capitals fan, that'd be hanging above my bed right now. I'd print it out on printer paper before the poster arrived at my house, so I could have it as immediately as
and
possible.
Social media like that next like level that our world today adds to for these sports superstars, you know, where social media just dunks on you all night. Didn't have that 20 years ago, but now if you lose a game like this, there's just Twitter accounts posting memes about look at Merzlikins, that loser. Like that sucks.
Yeah,
that fucking sucks for
You
the
should
Blue
see
Jackets.
the Sammy memes today are painful.
Yeah,
I feel for the guy. Like personally, I really love Samsonov.
No, but like you ever have a morning where the coffee hits you and you're just like fucking we ride at dawn. Like how do you not feel that way this morning? As a Washington Capitals fan, did you go to bed last night?
Oh man, why did you see that picture?
How didn't you just vibrate?
Did you guys see
3
the
in the
picture?
morning?
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
So sorry, I got confused. I was trying to pull something else up. So candidly, I was not listening.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to pull up the next thing.
How do you not just vibrate and then the Leafs? You know, Matthew, the best goal scorer in the NHL, called that the most embarrassing game he's been a part of. I tell you what, Saturday better be a war.